What if hell is not what you think it is, and heaven is not automatic? The Bible uses different words to describe the same thing that we now call hell. It uses the words Sheol, uses the words Hades, uses the words Gehenna, uses the words even Tartarus. However, are all of these places different things, or is it the same place? Well, we have to understand that the most important thing still remains the same. The righteous are going to go to heaven, which is being close to the love of God and to God Himself. And the people who are not righteous and were not fearing God, they're going to go to a place far from that, to a place of internal torture and complete separation from God and His love. But let's dive deeper into this topic. So in my other video, I already talked about how Sheol and Hades mean the same thing, just Sheol is in Hebrew and Hades is in Greek. And it's basically the unseen realm of the dead, where people go to. And basically in Hades or Sheol, the righteous and unrighteous, they're in the same place. However, they have different sections. So we can see in the Luke 16 verse 23 that Lazarus was in the Abraham's bosom, and the rich man, he was in torture. He was being in torments. And this is basically the same place, but there are different sections. Now, after the resurrection, after God has resurrected, He went to the section where they were righteous people. So He went to Hades, but He didn't go to save the people who were being tortured, right? He went to save Abraham. He went to save Adam, Eve. He went to save Isaac, Jacob, and He brought them to His house, to His home paradise, heaven. Now, what is very important to understand, that He brought their souls, right? Their bodies are the people who were in Abraham's bosom. Most of their bodies are on earth, right? So their souls are with God now. Now, after the resurrection, people go either, if they're righteous, to hell, non-believers to Hades, or they go to paradise. Again, only souls. Your body doesn't go there. But it's important to understand that after the judgment, there is going to be an eternity, and you can end up an eternity in two places. The righteous are going to go to the new heaven, new earth, new Jerusalem, body and soul, right? And the unrighteous are going to go to Gehenna. As there's so many ways to say this word, Gehenna. You can also say Gehenna, or lake of fire. Now, what is going to happen to Hades? Revelations 20 verse 14 says, death and hell, Hades, were cast into the lake of fire, so into Gehenna. This is the second death. So people who are in Hades now, they might have the second death. However, there are different interpretations of the Sheol or Hades. Sometimes people say that there are four sections. There's the righteous, the good, the people who are awaiting the second judgment, and right now they're kind of like being tortured. And when the second resurrection, the final resurrection happens, they're gonna go to heaven. And there's people who are just in Hades, and they're gonna go straight to the lake of fire, the Gehenna. I don't know, right? We don't know how the things are going to happen, but what we have to understand is that Gehenna, hell, is a place of fiery judgment. Matthew 5 verse 29 says, the fire of hell, that is what it is. So the Greek word Gehenna is what Jesus most often used for hell. So he's talking about the final judgment. And Gehenna comes from Hinnom, a valley south of Jerusalem. It's notorious for idolatry and child sacrifice. So we can see this in 2 Chronicles 28 verse 3 to and 2 Chronicles 33 verse 6. So it become a symbol of divine judgment and of fiery, basically, destruction. And we can see it now, a lot of child sacrifices, the cult of Baal, Moloch. So this is what Gehenna is. It's a place that's apart from God, and it comes from this valley south of Jerusalem, which did these horrible things, and it became a symbol of the actual divine judgment. Now there's very important thing to understand, the difference between Gehenna and Sheol or Hades. So we have to understand that Matthew 10 verse 28 says that we shouldn't fear those who kill the body and are not able to kill the soul, but rather we should fear which is able to destroy both body and soul and body in hell, Gehenna. So what shocked me about this investigation is that in the resurrection, second final resurrection, where all the dead are going to be resurrected, God is going to come to give the final judgment, and if you're not found in the book of life, you are going to be casted into the lake of fire. And not only your soul, your body is going to be casted into the lake of fire. So there's going to be no more death, no more actual death, because it's going to be in the lake of fire, second death. But in the new Jerusalem, new heaven, people are gonna have their bodies and their souls all together. So right now in Hades, it's only paradise, Hades, only your soul, but after the judgment, the final hour, it's gonna be both. Now, there's one more place that we can talk about, which can sometimes mean hell, and that is called Tartarus. And it should be noted that this word is only ever used once in the Bible, and all we really know about this word is that this is where God sent the evil and sinning angels. So 2 Peter 2 verse 4, for God did not spare angels when they sinned, but sent them to hell, Tartarus, putting them in chains of darkness to be held for judgment. This word doesn't necessarily mean a hell for humans. Most likely it's only for angels. However, this is a lot of these things are pretty much guesses based on the Bible, but one thing I can tell you after this investigation of these words, which was not the most pleasant one, if I'm honest, I can tell you for sure, Hades, Gehenna, Sheol, not the places you want to end up in. Not the places. And we really, really have to try our best, even though we cannot be saved by our works because we're only saved through God, but we have to live a righteous life. It's going to cost us everything if we don't. It's going to cost us everything. So again, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you like this video. Amen, and God bless you.